Listen to me with your heart, because what I'm about to tell you will explain every confusion, every heartbreak, every delay, every sleepless night you've carried inside you. The version of you that is shaking right now, the one that feels tired, empty, forgotten, lost, is not being destroyed. It is being replaced. You are not falling apart. You are being pulled away from a life Allah never wrote for you. Every tear you cried, every person who walked away, every door that slammed in your face was not rejection, it was redirection. Allah is removing the version of you that was created from pain, from fear, from survival, from trying to be who others wanted you to be. That version of you was never permanent. It was a temporary costume to protect a soul that was still growing. And now, its time is over. So, if you feel like something inside you is dying, it is. But listen carefully. The part of you that is dying is the version Allah never wrote. Your real self, the one written by Allah, the one that is strong, guided, protected, and destined, is rising. This is not the end. This is the beginning. If you feel this in your chest, don't move. Don't scroll. Don't blink. Because what comes next in this reminder is going to explain the real reason Allah is rewriting your entire life by first rewriting you. The version that's dying was never yours. You're feeling something inside you tonight that you can't explain. A kind of shaking that isn't coming from your body, but from your soul. A heaviness that sits on your chest like a weight you don't know how to lift. A sadness that doesn't have clear words. A restlessness that feels like your heart is trying to tell you something, but you don't know how to listen. You think you're breaking. You think you're failing. You think something is wrong with you. But nothing is wrong. Something is simply ending. A version of you, a version you carried for years, is dying. And even though you don't understand it yet, this version was never the real you. It was never the you Allah wrote. It was the you life forced you to become. The you that grew out of pain. The you that was shaped by disappointment. The you that learned to hide your heart because the world wasn't gentle with it. The you that learned to silence your own needs just to keep others happy. The you that smiled when your heart was hurting. The you that pretended to be strong while breaking quietly inside. The you that built walls around your soul because you didn't feel safe. The you who kept saying, "I'm okay," when you were not okay at all. This version helped you survive. It protected you when no one else did. It carried you through storms people never even saw. It kept you standing on days when your own legs were shaking. But it was only meant to be a temporary layer, a shield, a mask, a survival identity. It was never meant to be your home. It was never meant to be your future. It was never the you Allah wrote in your destiny. And now that you are no longer in the same battles, Allah is removing the armor you once needed to survive. He is peeling back the layers you built out of fear. He is taking away the masks that kept you hidden. He is breaking the shell that once kept you safe but now keeps you stuck. You feel this as pain, but it is not pain, it is birth. You feel this as confusion, but it is clarity being formed. You feel this as loss, but it is release. You feel this as darkness, but it is the womb before the light. Allah is not punishing you. He is returning you to the real you, the pure you, the guided you, the strong you, the you he wrote long before the world touched you. You may wonder why it feels so heavy, why it hurts, why it feels like your heart is being pulled in different directions. It's because you are letting go of a version of yourself you lived with for years. Letting go of anything, even pain, hurts. Even letting go of what harmed you feels strange because the familiar is hard to leave. Even sadness feels like a home when you've lived in it long enough. But Allah is gently pushing you out of that old home. He is closing the doors you keep trying to reopen. He is emptying the rooms of your heart so He can fill them again. He is shutting down the old ways you used to think. He is ending cycles that were not written for you. He is breaking bonds you stayed in for too long. He is removing desires that were too small for your destiny. He is washing away sins, thoughts, and habits that were holding your soul hostage. Your soul is trembling because transformation always feels like loss before it feels like freedom. You are not weak. You are not behind. You are not failing. You are shedding. Your soul is dropping the layers that were never part of who you truly are. The layers that came from heartbreak, from rejection, from loneliness, from trying to impress people who didn't care, from chasing acceptance that never lasted, from trying to be someone you are not. Allah never wrote that version. He never planned for you to live trapped in fear. He never planned for you to be controlled by people's opinions. He never planned for you to keep shrinking yourself. He never planned for you to bury your own heart just to fit in. He never planned for you to carry shame that He already forgave. He never planned for you to live your life as a prisoner of the past. And now He is slowly, lovingly removing that false version, piece by piece, layer by layer, memory by memory, habit by habit, attachment by attachment. This is why your soul feels strange. This is why your thoughts are different. This is why the things that used to excite you now feel empty. This is why the people you used to run to no longer feel right. This is why your old comforts don't comfort you. This is why your old desires are fading. This is why you feel disconnected from who you were. Because that person is leaving you. That identity is fading. That chapter is ending. And sometimes endings feel like heartbreak, even when they are healing. Let it end. Let it die. Let it fall away. Do not fight for something Allah is trying to free you from. Do not cling to a version of yourself that was built from fear instead of faith. Do not try to revive a self that Allah is burying with mercy. When something inside you dies, Allah is preparing the space for something greater to be born. He is not taking from you. He is returning you to the person you were always meant to be. Allah removes to reveal. There comes a time in your life when Allah starts taking things away, and you don't understand why. You feel like the world is shrinking. You feel like you're losing people, losing habits, losing desires, losing the old pieces of yourself that once felt so comfortable. And you sit there wondering, Ya Allah, why are you removing everything I thought I needed? You feel confused. You feel abandoned. You feel like everything is falling apart right in front of your eyes. But the truth is, nothing is falling apart. Everything is falling into place. Just not the place you imagined. The place Allah planned. Sometimes Allah has to empty your hands so He can give you something better. Sometimes He has to break your attachments so He can free you from what you don't even realize is harming you. Sometimes He has to pull you away from people you love because those people were holding your soul hostage without you even noticing. You ask Him to guide you. You ask Him to protect you. You ask Him to strengthen your Iman. You ask Him to bring you closer. And the first thing He does is remove everything that blocks the way. But it doesn't feel like guidance at first. It feels like losing. It feels like your heart is being unplugged from everything familiar. It feels like pieces of your life are disappearing quietly, one by one, without your permission. That's not punishment. That's protection. Allah removes to reveal. You don't see what He sees. You don't know what He knows. You don't hear the conversations He hears. You don't see the intentions behind people's smiles. You don't see the traps around the corner, but He does. And when Allah loves you, He pulls you away before the danger reaches you. Even if your heart doesn't want to leave, even if your mind doesn't understand yet, every loss is a rescue. Every separation is a shield. Every closed door is protection. Every silence from Allah is filled with wisdom. Sometimes you think someone left you. No, Allah pulled them away before they could break you further. Sometimes you think losing that opportunity ruined your plans. No, Allah removed it because it was too small for the person you're becoming. Sometimes you think Allah is ignoring your dua. No, He is clearing space so your dua can be answered the right way, at the right time, with the right heart. Allah removes what you cling to, so your hands become free enough to cling to Him. He removes your distractions, so you can hear His voice again. He removes your false comforts, so you can return to the only place that gives real peace, His presence. The moment you feel something being taken away from you, don't panic. Don't say, "Why me?" Don't think it's rejection. It's redirection. Allah doesn't pull things away because He doesn't love you. He pulls them away because He does. There were blessings you were not ready for. There were places your heart could not survive. There were paths where your faith would have collapsed. There were people whose company was poisoning you slowly, even though you couldn't see it. Allah saw it. Allah knew it. Allah acted on it. Sometimes the best gift Allah gives you is what He takes away. And the day you realize this, your heart will finally breathe. You will look back one day with clearer eyes, with a calmer soul, with a wiser heart, and you will whisper to yourself, "Alhamdulillah. Now I understand why Allah removed it, because what He removed was never part of the story He wrote for you, and what He is preparing is far greater than anything you are losing." Pain is the sign of purification. There are days when the pain inside you grows so heavy that it feels like your chest can't carry anymore. You sit alone at night wondering why you hurt so much, why your heart keeps breaking in the same places, why nothing feels stable, why every step feels like an emotional storm. You start thinking something is wrong with you. You start thinking Allah is displeased. You start thinking the pain means your life is collapsing. But the truth is, pain is a purifier. It is one of Allah's greatest gifts, but it doesn't feel like a gift when you're in it. When Allah loves someone, He begins to clean their heart. And cleaning rarely feels gentle. Cleaning means removing the dirt, the old attachments, the false hopes, the hidden wounds, the sins you forgot you committed, the beliefs that were harming you, the emotions that were trapping you. Pain is the water that washes your soul. It comes to soften you, not break you. It comes to open you, not destroy you. It comes to straighten what life has bent inside you. Your tears are not signs of weakness. They are signs that Allah is washing your heart in a way no human hand ever could. When your heart aches, it is Allah removing what you begged Him to protect you from. When your chest tightens, it is Allah pushing out what your soul could no longer survive carrying. When you lose sleep over the same wound, it is Allah preparing you to finally release it. Pain is not random. Allah does not allow you to feel anything without meaning. Sometimes the pain is the turning point. Sometimes the pain is the awakening. Sometimes the pain is the moment Allah shifts your heart from dunya to Him. You think the pain is destroying you, but it's actually rebuilding you. You think the pain is punishment, but it is purification. You think the pain is delaying your life, but it is preparing your destiny. Allah uses pain to rewrite your heart, to reshape your character, to strengthen your iman, to awaken your soul, to place you exactly where you need to be. You may feel like you are breaking, but in reality, you are unfolding. You are shedding everything that isn't real. You are shedding everything that isn't you. You are shedding everything that isn't written for you. And with every tear you cry, your heart becomes a little lighter. Your faith becomes a little deeper. Your soul becomes a little purer. Your purpose becomes a little clearer. Pain is the doorway to your next chapter, and Allah is standing on the other side, waiting for you to walk through it, letting go of the old self. There comes a time when the self you knew, the habits, the routines, the comforts you clung to, begin to feel heavy. You feel trapped in your own mind. The places you once found solace now feel small. The people you once leaned on now feel distant. The life you built now feels foreign. This is Allah's way of telling you, your old self, your old life, your old ways are dying, and that is good. The version of you that was comfortable with compromise, the version of you that tolerated pain, the version of you that bent and broke for others, was never meant to survive. It was a shelter for survival, a mask for protection, a shield against the world. But Allah is calling you out of that shelter. He is removing the mask. He is breaking the shield. It feels terrifying, because the old self was familiar, because you don't yet know the new self, because the unknown always feels like danger before it becomes freedom. You may feel lost, empty, or scared. You may cling to habits that are fading, people who are leaving, dreams that are dissolving, but Allah is not taking from you. He is making space for the real you, the you that is aligned with guidance, the you that walks with faith, not fear, the you that does not bend to the world but rises toward Allah. Every discomfort, every lonely night, every pang of loss is a message. You are being prepared for what you were always meant to become. Do not resist the transformation. Do not mourn the old self too long. Do not cling to what is fading. The letting go is the blessing. The emptiness is the canvas. The silence is the teacher. There are moments when Allah becomes silent. You pray, but the answer does not come immediately. You wait, but the doors remain closed. You feel abandoned, and your heart whispers, "Why, Ya Allah? Why is everything gone?" But in truth, the silence is filled with guidance. In the quiet, Allah is teaching you patience. In the pause, He is teaching you trust. In the absence, He is teaching you reliance. Sometimes the greatest change comes not when Allah speaks loudly, but when He lets you feel the weight of your own soul. When He lets you feel the emptiness, so you finally reach for Him with your whole heart. Your old comforts, your old desires, your old ways, they were never meant to carry your soul forward. They were meant to shield you for a time. They were meant to protect you until you were ready. Now, He is removing the shields. Now, He is testing your heart. Now, He is awakening your soul. And the new self, the version Allah is shaping, is not fragile. It is not temporary. It is permanent. It is strong. It is guided. It is alive. You may not see it yet, but every night you feel lonely. Every moment you feel restless. Every tear you shed is the soil where your soul is being planted. Allah is preparing you to rise in ways that the old self could never have survived. He is giving you a heart that will trust without hesitation. He is giving you faith that will not break under pressure. He is giving you resilience that cannot be shaken. Do not fear the removal. Do not mourn the loss. Do not fight the process. What feels like breaking is actually rebuilding. What feels like darkness is actually light preparing to shine. What feels like emptiness is actually space being cleared for blessings. Every time something ends, Allah is making room. Every time something fades, Allah is lifting the veil. Every time you feel lost, Allah is guiding you back to your true self. The heart that feels heavy tonight, the soul that trembles tonight, the mind that questions tonight, all are signs that Allah is working inside you. Silence is the new guidance. There are moments when the world seems empty. No one understands your pain. No one answers your questions. No one listens. You feel alone. And yet, you are not alone. Allah speaks in silence. He guides in emptiness. He teaches in the moments no one else sees. The nights when tears flow quietly. The hours when your mind races. The moments when you feel nothing but stillness. These are the times Allah is realigning your soul. He is teaching you patience, but not the kind you read about. He is teaching you patience that burns in your heart, patience that trembles, patience that weeps, patience that rises despite it all, when nothing seems to move, when the world is quiet, when doors seem closed. That is when the soul learns to listen, not to people, not to opinions, not to distractions, but to Allah. And in that listening, you discover strength you never knew existed. You discover clarity that never comes from comfort. You discover peace that cannot exist in chaos. You are not losing. You are returning. There are moments when you feel like everything is slipping away, like the ground beneath you is moving faster than your steps, like life is passing you by while your heart struggles to keep up. The version of yourself you trusted, the version you depended on, feels like it is disappearing before your eyes. And in that moment, it is easy to panic. It is easy to think you are losing. It is easy to feel abandoned, forgotten, or unloved. But the truth is, you are not losing. You are not breaking. You are not falling. You are returning. The version of you that seems to be disappearing, the one that feels fragile, lost, and uncertain, was never the real you anyway. It was the version shaped by fear. It was the version shaped by others' expectations. It was the version that survived but never thrived. Allah is removing it not to punish you, but to make space for the real you, the guided you, the strong you, the resilient you, the version He has been preparing for your entire life. Every tear you shed, every restless night, every anxious thought is not wasted. It is the soil in which your true self is being planted. Every heartbreak, every disappointment, every loss is a step toward the version Allah wrote before you existed. Sometimes we confuse loss with failure. We measure life by what we can see, by what we hold in our hands, by what others tell us is success. But Allah measures life by the soul, by guidance, by the strength of faith, by resilience, by the purity of heart. What seems like destruction is actually correction. What seems like chaos is actually order being restored. What seems like darkness is actually the womb before the light. When the version of you clung to disappears, do not grieve too long. Do not cry endlessly. Do not beg for it to stay, because it was never yours. It was only temporary armor. It was only a shell to protect your heart until you were ready. The real you, the version Allah wrote, is not fragile. It does not break under pressure. It does not bend for the world. It rises. It trusts. It perseveres. You may feel impatient. You may feel afraid. You may wonder if you will ever become the person Allah wrote for you. Do not despair. Do not give up. Do not doubt. Allah's timing is perfect. His plan is flawless. He knows what you need, when you need it, and how much you can carry. Every obstacle you face, every trial you endure, every heartbreak you survive, is preparing you to step into the life and the self that was always meant for you. You are not behind. You are exactly where Allah wants you to be. Even when it feels lonely, even when it feels unfair, even when it feels like nothing is happening. Sometimes the hardest part is letting go of control. We want to dictate our lives. We want to choose our own paths. We want to see the plan unfold, step by step. But Allah's plan is greater than what you can imagine. It is broader than what your eyes can see. It is deeper than what your heart can feel. When you surrender, truly surrender, the soul that has been trembling will find peace. The heart that has been restless will find rest. The mind that has been anxious will find clarity. Surrender is not weakness. It is strength. It is faith. It is trust in the one who knows what your soul needs. Trust in the divine. Rewrite. Your heart may ask, why now? Why this pain? Why these losses? Why this silence? Allah is answering, you are being prepared. You are being polished. You are being lifted. You are being aligned. When life seems unfair, when the old self is dying, when everything feels uncertain, it is Allah's way of rewriting your story. He is removing what does not belong. He is reshaping what is weak. He is awakening what is dormant. He is opening the doors you cannot see yet. Trust His pen. Trust His timing. Trust His wisdom. Trust that the version of you that is rising is the one He has been waiting to introduce to the world. Even when your mind questions, even when your heart fears, even when your hands are empty, the unseen hand of Allah is guiding you. Every step, even the steps you think are mistakes, are actually steps toward your destiny. Sometimes letting go feels like losing. Sometimes silence feels like abandonment. Sometimes patience feels like suffering, but every loss, every pause, every trial is a setup for the version of you that will rise stronger, purer, and guided by faith. You are not being destroyed. You are being rebuilt. You are not losing. You are returning. You are not broken. You are awakening. The rising version of you. There comes a moment in your life when you realize the version of yourself you thought would last forever is finally fading. The person you relied on, the identity you built, the life you clung to, is no longer yours. At first, it feels terrifying. Your heart feels empty. Your mind feels confused. Your soul trembles with uncertainty. You ask yourself, who am I if this part of me disappears? What if I never feel whole again? What if everything I believed in was gone? This is the moment Allah begins to reveal the truth. The version that is leaving was never meant to be permanent. It was never meant to survive. It was never meant to define you. It was a chapter of survival, a mask of protection, a shell of who you could not yet become. And now that chapter is ending. The mask is being lifted. The shell is being broken. You feel exposed. You feel raw. You feel like the world has nothing left to hold you. But this exposure, this rawness, this emptiness, is the beginning of your real life. The version of you that rises now is the one Allah wrote long before you were born. The one He designed in the stars, in the universe, in the very soul He breathed into you. The one that is guided, protected, and blessed. The one that will not break under trials. The one that will not bend for others. The one that will walk firmly in faith, courage, and purpose. You may not see it yet. You may not understand it yet. You may feel small, lost, or unworthy. But trust that Allah has been shaping you in secret. He has been strengthening you in ways no one else can see. He has been preparing your heart, your mind, and your soul to rise stronger than ever before. Every tear you cried, every night you spent restless, every fear you faced, every loss you endured was shaping you, polishing you, preparing you. The rising version of you will not be the same as the one that is dying. It will not be fragile. It will not depend on the approval of others. It will not be limited by the past, nor trapped by the expectations of the world. It will be free. It will be guided. It will be strong. It will be resilient. It will trust Allah completely. The trials you face now, the heartbreak, the disappointment, the loneliness, are the blueprint of your new self. Every challenge is a teacher. Every closed door is a preparation. Every moment of silence from Allah is a whisper. Patience, my servant. You are becoming who I always wrote you to be. Do not fear the transformation. Do not resist the breaking of the old. Do not cling to the past that is fading, because the new version of you, the one rising now, cannot grow in the shadow of the old. It cannot thrive while holding on to what was never meant to last. Let the old self die. Let the masks fall. Let the fears disappear. And in that space, Allah will place His masterpiece. You will rise with a heart that trusts beyond doubt. You will rise with faith that cannot be shaken. You will rise with clarity that cannot be clouded. You will rise with purpose that cannot be stolen. You will rise with a soul that knows its value, a soul that knows its destiny, a soul that belongs to Allah alone. The rising version of you is not defined by pain. nor by struggle, nor by loss. It is defined by submission. It is defined by faith. It is defined by resilience. It is defined by trust in Allah's plan. And when this new version of you fully emerges, you will look back at the version that died, and you will feel gratitude. Gratitude for the pain, gratitude for the loss, gratitude for the transformation. Because without the death of the old, the beauty of the new could never exist. Without the breaking of the old, the rising of the soul could never shine. Without the fading of what was never meant to last, the true self could never live. The rising version of you is alive. It is powerful. It is guided. It is blessed. It will walk through life with a heart full of faith. It will face trials without fear. It will embrace blessings without arrogance. It will speak truth without hesitation. It will act with purpose without doubt. It will be the version of you Allah always wrote, the one that was destined before you even existed, the one that no hardship could destroy, the one that no loss could weaken, the one that no fear could stop. This is your true self. This is your soul awakening. This is your life being rewritten by Allah's perfect plan. So tonight, when part of you dies, smile quietly, whisper in your heart, Alhamdulillah, for the version that is rising is the one you always wrote for me, Ya Allah. There will come a day when you finally understand why Allah let this version of you fade, why He allowed things to break, why He removed people you thought you needed, why He took away moments you once prayed to keep. You will look back and realize that if that old version of you had stayed alive, you would have remained small. You would have remained afraid. You would have remained trapped in a story that was never yours. Allah loved you too much to let you remain who pain shaped you to be. He loved you too much to let fear become your identity. He loved you too much to let people define your worth. He loved you too much to let the world write a script He never approved. So He allowed that version to fall apart, quietly, slowly, gently, in a way that felt like loss, but was really protection. You see, Allah does not destroy the believer. He rebuilds them, piece by piece, dua by dua, tear by tear, night by night. And sometimes the rebuilding hurts more than the breaking, because the breaking is sudden, but the rebuilding is intentional. It requires patience. It requires trust. It requires surrender. And surrender feels like dying, because the ego dies, the fear dies, the attachment dies, the old identity dies. But the soul is reborn. The soul becomes lighter. The soul becomes clearer. The soul becomes who it was always meant to be. There are moments when you feel like nothing makes sense anymore. You don't recognize your thoughts. You don't recognize your emotions. You don't recognize your life. It feels like you are standing between two worlds, the world you're leaving and the world waiting for you. This in-between season is one of Allah's greatest gifts, because it is here that the soul softens. It is here that the heart opens. It is here that faith becomes real. This is where your dua begins to shape your destiny. This is where your patience becomes your crown. This is where your tears become a bridge to Allah. This is where you learn who you truly are without the world's noise. And the version that is rising in this silence is not built on trauma like the old one. It's built on trust. It's built on peace. It's built on surrender. It's built on the quiet confidence that Allah is with you. Sometimes the soul whispers things before life reveals them. You may feel tired in a way you can't explain. You may feel ready for something new without knowing what it is. You may feel disconnected from people and places that once felt like home. This is not confusion. This is transformation. This is Allah removing what no longer grows you. This is Allah protecting you from what your heart doesn't see yet. This is Allah preparing the path before He shows you the destination. When you feel detached from the world, you are being attached to Him. When you feel emptied out, you are being filled with something greater. When you feel lost, you are being redirected. When you feel weak, you are being remade. Allah does not take something from you without preparing something better to replace it. Not equal, better, higher, purer, more aligned with your soul, more aligned with your destiny. And when the new version of you begins to rise, it rises quietly, without noise, without announcement, without needing anyone's approval. You wake up one day and realize you're not triggered the way you used to be. You're not afraid the way you were before. You're not desperate, not chained, not confused. You feel lighter, more awake, more aware, more connected to Allah than ever. You realize your silence has become strength. Your patience has become a weapon. Your solitude has become healing. Your tears have become prayers. The new you walks with a different kind of serenity. A serenity the world cannot give and cannot take. Because this time, your identity is not built on pain. It's built on Allah. The world will notice the change. They will see it in your eyes, in your calmness, in your energy, in your choices, in your boundaries, in your prayer. People who once controlled you with guilt will no longer move you. People who once hurt you easily will no longer have access to your heart. People who once drained your soul will no longer enter your space, because Allah is now the center of your life. Not people, not fear, not attachment, not trauma. And when Allah becomes your center, everything else must align or leave. You will begin to feel grateful for the things that once broke you, grateful for the people who left, grateful for the doors that closed, grateful for the prayers that weren't answered, grateful for the pain that pushed you toward Him. Because now you understand. Allah wasn't taking life from you. He was giving you life. He was giving you freedom. He was giving you clarity. He was giving you a version of yourself that was always hidden behind the wounds. You were not being punished. You were being realigned. You were being rescued. You were being returned to your fitra, your pure, original self. And when this transformation is complete, when you finally step into the version Allah wrote, you will feel something you haven't felt in years. Peace. Deep, gentle, powerful peace. The peace that comes from knowing you are exactly where Allah wants you to be. The peace that comes from no longer fighting His plan. The peace that comes from letting go of who you were never meant to be. This is the moment you whisper, Ya Allah, thank you for taking from me what I thought I needed, and thank you for giving me who I truly am. If you've reached this point, then maybe something inside you finally understands. You were never losing your life. You were losing the version of yourself that was blocking your life. Tonight, let whatever needs to fall, fall. Let whatever needs to end, end. Let whoever needs to leave, leave. Because Allah never takes from a believer, except to give them something better, cleaner, higher, truer. You are not the person you were last year. You are not the person you were last month. You are not even the person you were this morning. You are becoming. You are evolving. You are rising. Every dua you whispered in secret, every tear that fell on your pillow, every moment you chose patience over despair. Allah saw it. Allah recorded it. Allah valued it. And nothing you have gone through was wasted. You didn't lose time. You didn't fall behind. You didn't get delayed. You got aligned. So, as you walk away from this reminder, walk differently, walk softly, walk with dignity, walk knowing that Allah is rewriting your life from the inside out. And the version of you that is walking into tomorrow is the version Allah always intended, the version that trusts Him, the version that waits for Him, the version that chooses Him, the version that rises with Him. May Allah make you among those who transform beautifully. May He heal what you hide. May He strengthen what is weak. May He replace what is gone with something far better than you imagined. And may He make you a witness to the incredible story He is writing for your life. A story that begins right here, right now, with a soul that whispers, Ya Allah, I am ready for who you want me to become.